one of these games does apply to their records, but we're going to get that countdown down, 5 minutes on the clock, and we are going forward. It's going to be King Ghidorah on the orange side, Fantastic Four on the blue side. MD is going to be taking the midfield touch, trying to put it up. Hollywood Snack is trying to follow up this offensive pressure, but does not get a second follow-up touch. And right out the gate here, we do have a little bit of midfield play. It's kind of what you were talking about here, Feesh. Right out the gate, these two teams clearly very even in speed and ability, so it does already look really close here.
Yeah, Fantastic Four here, or having to deal with some offensive pressure, and they'll want to be getting out of that quickly. But King, level 76 Metapod on an offensive here gets a 50 and is off the post. See if they have a follow from Capital, and he does stick it in.
Capital does get it off of the 50 that came from level 76 Metapod. Good bop over McChicky, gets the nice 50. A good save there, but wasn't enough. Capital puts it in for the first goal at 420. It's a good time to score that first goal, definitely. But we're going to be moving into the next kickoff. Metapod versus McChicky in the midfield. Snack is right next to McChicky. Looks like they're trying to do a quick offensive play. Kooky meets it over in the sidewall, gets popped up over by Capital, and level 76 Metapod with great speed there, gets to the ball. McChicky smartly, with good patience, tries to control it, gets it out to mid. MD waits for it, but right to Kooky it goes, and McChicky is there to receive it. Gets a nice little touch. It doesn't roll in front, but Capital, it was a little bit risky there. Didn't get the immediate touch, and definitely some risky offensive pressure coming out from King Ghidorah. But now there was a double commit there. It's level 76 Metapod trying to put it out to the middle. Capital there gets it over the top of Kooky. McChicky just gets enough of it with 0 boost to briefly abate the pressure.
You can see Fantastic Four trying to put some passes together. They're not quite coming off yet, but you can see maybe this is the source of their goals for this season so far. And if it does come off, I feel like they'll be very dangerous because they've had some pretty good touches so far.
Yeah, definitely. Really good pressure coming out from the Fantastic Four here. Level 76 Metapod tries to get the catch. Sends it over to Capital. Nice little pass. And King Ghidorah, they definitely look a little bit kind of not necessarily mismatched, but just a little bit slower on the defensive side. Definitely the lack of boost is probably hurting them. Crazy good pressure coming out from Fantastic Four. But Snack, he has an opportunity here. He puts the shot on net, and he will score the first one for King Ghidorah off of the counterattack. That was a great touch by Kooky to get it up. Capital not able to really get to it in time. And Hollywood Snack with just enough speed to get that goal in to tie it up 1-1 here.
Well, just as I was going to say, Ghidorah look a little bit nervous. You can see Fantastic Four, they're pushing too far up, being a little bit too ambitious, and one good clear, Hollywood Snack on hand to gobble up the shot, and they equalize. Still half the game left to go. Ghidorah's going to have to tune themselves up a little bit with the nervousness. There's a chance there. They're feeling themselves a little bit more now, but like I said, it looks to be an even game.
Right,
and Kooky grabs them
right when he grabs
him the second goal.
Game too. Oh my goodness.
And now it's Fantastic Four that look nervous.
Yeah, it is. Right out the gate, they're taking a lot of pressure down for sure. And Hollywood Snack gets that pass over. Kooky manages to score the second one, and they're going to be getting a really favorable kickoff, but MD does get a nice little touch over to the side. Sends it over the top, and level 76 Metapod is there to receive it from MD. A little bit of a defensive miscue there. I don't think Kooky was quite ready to get up to it. And level 76 Metapod takes that free open net there. And right away, Feesh, we were talking about how even it looked, but then it seemed like the Fantastic Four were kind of on their back foot, but they tied up right away just past the midway mark here.
Yeah, at the moment, Wallaby, it's real back and forth pinball stuff. Both teams look nervous. Kooky just let that one slide. A little bit of miscommunication. Nobody on hand to clean that up at the back, and it's an even game once more.
Definitely. Kooky trying to get this defensive touch here. It's going to be sent over to Hollywood Snack, who doesn't get quite what they need on it, but MD puts it to the side. Ends up being a nice little pass, though I don't know if it was intentional. Snack, though, is here, gets the touch. It's going to go in, and Snack scores his second goal and puts them up 3-2. King Ghidorah, they take the lead, and what do you know? Shocker, Feesh, it's on a counterattack.
Well, Hollywood Snack with probably the best goal we've seen. It's been a little bit scuffed so far, but he makes a really smart turn in midfield, recognizes that there's a chance there. The third is just pushed too high, and he's able to get a good shot. Decent placement, but really he didn't even need it because it was just his smarts and the bad positioning. a Fantastic Four, and he gets him the lead once again.
Definitely Snack right there to take advantage. But right now, this is dangerous. A great demo comes from Metapod, and it's going to be the goal for Capital to tie it up. And it just seems like every time Ghidorah managed to get the lead, Fantastic Four is right there to answer them, Feesh.
Well, there's no question why both of these teams are averaging more than 2 goals conceded per game so far this season. You can see that is evident.
Yeah, definitely. Great demo coming out from Metapod, though, but it was just not quite fast enough. And this is another dangerous situation here for Fantastic Four. Trying to get another counter attack goal is Ghidorah. Snag gets that 50 down. McChicky not able to get it the 50 on the Capital. This is actually a dangerous roll down. Snack misses it, and that's an open net that Metapod just is not going to miss. A defensive miscue coming out of King Ghidorah, a couple whiffs, and it's going to be the lead for Fantastic Four here.
Well, and Hollywood Snack made that very smart play, just completely miscues that one, and it's another open net to slot. Just goals and goals and goals, and both teams look so defensively completely outplaying themselves even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a little bit shaky on the defensive end, but it's going to come down to who has the stronger offense in this first game, and we'll see who is able to do so. Ghidorah needs to get that tying goal in order to go into overtime in game 1 here. That's a nice demo there from Kookie, and a miss from Metapod leaves it kind of in a dangerous situation. Gets the touch, but McChicky is there to put it away, and Capital, though, gets the nice clear. It's not going to be as threatening as it could have been. Kookie tries to get a touch out. That's a shot on net coming out from Capital. Really quick touch there and very dangerous. McChicky gets the 50 down onto MD. Metapod's going to be put over to the right side. Kookie there to meet it, though, and is going to carry it up smartly, trying to control it, but looks to be out of boost. But McChicky gets a nice dunk down. They're going to look to score here. Gets the pass out mid. It's an open net for Snack. He won't miss those. That's the hat trick for Snack. And the 4-4 tie game, King Ghidorah managed to pull it in with 21 seconds left.
Such a curious match. It's so much miscommunication on both sides, at least as much as we can see. Level 76 Metapod and I think Capital both commit to that one. And it's just an easy slot for Snack after a decent pass. It's still even. Both sides have had leads, but neither side has been able to cement a solid hand over this first game.
Definitely, and that's a demo coming out from Snack that leaves a dangerous situation for Fantastic Four. They're looking to make sure that this doesn't go into overtime. McChicky tries to get control, but that's going to be going right on an open net. They have to get back to it. They do a double commit, but at that point, you just needed to get a touch, and this is going to be dangerous. He gets a nice save. Capital almost put them in the lead, but we will be headed into overtime for game number 1, and I really don't know if there's going to be a way to predict who wins this, Feesh.
No, overtime absolutely fitting for what we've seen in this game so far. And I wouldn't be surprised if the winning goal comes off a double commit or a counterattack just like that.
Oh my. And you were right. A double commit, just a slight miscue. I'm actually not a double commit, but Kookie just was the third back, didn't quite realize it. McChicky manages to get the save, which was actually an incredible save. But Metapod, at that point, you don't have to be major to put that shot in. And it will be going game 1 over to the side of Fantastic Four off of, just a dominantly offensive game, right? And we see Metapod here with the MVP. And if it was me, I do think that he actually does end up deserving that one.
Yeah, involved in all 5 of his team's goals, 3 goals, 2 assists. 3 goals off 4 shots is good enough, and we can see we were talking at the beginning of the game how even these team stats were, and that much is evident. Only 1 more shot for the Fantastic Four, only 1 more shave for King Ghidorah, 4 assists on each team. Just an incredible matchup so far, and we'll be seeing if one of these teams wants to solidify defensively or if it's just going to keep being this back and forth stuff. It makes it really intriguing, but doesn't give either team much confidence going into this game or even really into the rest of the season.
Definitely, and we don't have any substitutes, it looks like, right now in the lobby for either one of these squads. So it's going to be, unless they could be potentially waiting outside, but right now it looks like it's going to be these 6 players ready to go. Oh, and I did not ready up, unfortunately. But right now I think it's going to come down to really who is going to end up playing the stronger defense here, Feesh. Like you said, miscues, miscommunication. Nobody saw that. Miscommunication.
You trying to play?
I just got out of the match, dude. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I'm still in that playing mode. But we're going to get into game 2. Game number 1 went over to Fantastic Four. Who do you think is going to take this one, Feesh?
You know, I think that's a harsh question for you to ask me, and maybe a tight chance to get some time off your own mic, because there's just no way to tell, right?
Right.
It just seems whichever team wants to, start getting their rotations together might be the one that takes it, and maybe even quite comprehensively if the other team can't catch up. And you see Fantastic, they're already trying to put some more passes together as they were in the beginning of last game, and a demo coming off, and that stops it.
Yeah, definitely some good team play coming out from the side of Fantastic Four, like you said, to start this game. But we did see in game 1 that Fantastic Four was the one to put the unrelenting pressure on at the beginning. Kooky with the nice save there. And they were the one to put the pressure on to start last game as well. But King Ghidorah managed to answer in kind. We'll see if they can do so here. Snack will take the interception from what was trying to be a counterattack pass. That's a very dangerous touch there. It will be a shot. Oh, barely saves it as Metapod. And good thing, MD had double committed and so was not going to be able to get that touch. MD trying to get it past, but Kooky there is ready for the King Ghidorah side. McChicky puts it back onto the offensive side here. Capital gets a nice little clearing touch. Metapod trying to finish it with the counter. Not able to really do so. Capital putting it towards the King Ghidorah offensive net, and that was going to be really dangerous. But Metapod puts it over to the side, gets 50 though. That is floating in front of the Fantastic Four net. And right now, even though Fantastic Four came out with a little bit more of dominance in the start of this game, it looks like right now King Ghidorah are just have all the offensive pressure here, Feesh.
Yeah, a little bit of optimism on both sides, pushing ahead too far. Neither side's been able to make anything of it yet, except level 76 Metapod is able to tuck that one away. A little bit more defensive misplacement on the rotation from King Ghidorah. He's able to grab the winning goal. McChicky is on his way back, but just isn't quick enough, and Metapod makes the best of that situation. Fantastic Four deserving from their early pressure, but still neither side looking that convincing.
Yeah, definitely. Neither side's really taking control of this match quite yet. Counterattacks are just really dangerous. It seems whenever the pressure gets put down, it's gonna a goal kind of comes usually out of the defensive team, which is really unexpected. But we'll see if either of these teams can change that up. McChicky gets a nice pass. Kooky should be over to that side and is close, but it's just a little bit too far. Metapod gets a nice touch, dodges the 50. Capital trying to control it, sends it over to the right. MD is there, sends it back down to Capital, and oh my goodness, so close to a really good play. Metapod's still there, but Kooky's save with the clear coming from Snack was just enough. MD puts it over to the right. That's actually dangerous in and of itself, but Capital does manage to get there first. Sends it to the corner. Metapod puts a shot on target. That's going to be, and I think that's probably one of the first goals that we've seen that comes off of a pass and then a shot onto defenders at net here, Feesh.
A little bit lucky for Metapod, but he's just the first one to read that. And if I'm remembering correctly, Fantastic Four find themselves with the first 2-goal lead of this series. And yeah, they're really looking like a strong counter-attacking outfit so far this game. Metapod is taking strong hands over it.
Definitely. Not missing the opportunities that they are getting, and that is benefiting them for sure. Kooky, nice little touch there to McChicky, but Capital there with the 50, that goes straight down. That is really dangerous. It's still there, and then Hollywood Snack's not able to read it, and that's going to be Capital putting in the 3rd goal. And right now, we were saying that no team was really taking control of this match. Oh my goodness, that's very fortunate for Capital, but good place to be for sure. But it looks right now like Fantastic Four is making their attempt here at taking control here, Feesh.
Yeah, from counter-attacking to pressure sustaining, a couple of good 50s in the offensive third. And, you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket, as they say. And it just ends up for Capital there as Hollywood Snack makes a whiff on the goal line. 3-goal lead is strong and hard to come back from, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, especially when Fantastic Four is putting on the pressure that they are. But we do know that King Ghidorah very strong on the counterattacks, and Fantastic Four, as well as King Ghidorah themselves, are pretty weak defensively to the counterattacks on top of it. So definitely a surmountable difference, but it's not going to be easy for that King Ghidorah side. McChicky gets a 50, doesn't have any boost to follow it up, so we'll go take the side 100. Metapod, oh, that would have been a really dirty redirect. Wasn't able to get it, though. Instead, King Ghidorah is going to go to look to clear. McChicky gets a nice touch, tries to put it to mid, and there is a shooter there in Snack. Nice 50 coming out from the defender of Fantastic Four, but this is still really dangerous. That's not the best touch on the double commit Hollywood Snack probably wisely goes for the controlling touch, but they do need to score. There's only a minute 10 remaining here. They're down by 3. They need to get anything they can. It is getting to be kitchen sink time. And Feesh, I don't know if they're going to be really capable of coming back here in this game too.
Well, we were saying at the beginning it was going to be the team that solidified the rotations a little bit that was going to take this next game too. And it does make it curious going into the next couple of games here. But the fact that Fantastic Four, at least thus far, are sustaining a clean sheet is pretty telling, considering they conceded 4 last game.
Yeah, definitely. And right now it just looks like Ghidorah has had offensive pressure. It's not been unexistent. But right now, it just doesn't seem like Fantastic Four want to give them anything. Nice touch there. Actually, a little bit more dangerous than expected. Snack tries to go for it. The read's coming out from Kooky. Does get a touch towards net. And oh my goodness. Came off the post. Metapod was there. Snack takes the shot away from McChicky, then gets another touch somehow. I have no clue how he did that. Tries to get the pass out middle. Not able to do so. Kooky, nice 50 there. Was going to be a miss by Metapod. MD also misses. This is just crazy in the last final seconds here of our game 2. But right now, as the time runs down, it is going to be game 2 in favor of Fantastic Four. They're going to be taking a 2-0 lead in this series as soon as that ball touches down, which it does. And right now, it's really just down to King Ghidorah to kind of, like you said, solidify those rotations, I think, and to be a little bit more consistent at not double committing.
Strong, dominant performance from Fantastic Four. Capital somehow managing to Brazil himself offensively. Only 1 goal from the 7 shots, but probably a big part of why King Ghidorah had to make 6 saves. And yeah, they have a lot to come back from King Ghidorah. They didn't look as strong that game. Fantastic Four. One team needed to solidify themselves to get a decent grip over this game after such a back and forth game 1. And Fantastic Four have made the most of that for sure. And it does look like King Ghidorah are going to be making a sub for this next game here with Kid Milk coming in for Hollywood Snack.
Hard to know which would have been the best substitution. I don't think any of them were particularly better or worse than any of the others. But these teams are going to know what substitution usually will be best. It is going to be Snack coming out for Dr. Skimmilk. I think that's a very smart move here. You know, it was a close game 1, barely lost it in overtime. Really unfortunate, but then took a really heavy loss in this game 2. So moving forward, I think the substitution is probably the best move here.
Yeah, I think that's the smartest move.
Mm-hmm.
I just lost connection.
Did you? We'll get him back in, but we're going to be moving into game 3 here. Dr. Skimmilk in for Hollywood Snack. Right now, it is 2-0 in favor of Fantastic Four for the game count here. Keep in mind, this is not a best of series. Every single one of these games counts, so we get the countdown on the clock. 5 minutes there, and it's going to be the kickoff in favor of King Ghidorah, and almost right out the gate gets a goal. Not quite there. Dr. Skimmilk for his first touch of the series gets a shot on net for it. Not able to get there. Nice little 50. Dr. Skimmilk now left alone. But the touch isn't super threatening. McChicky gets a clear downfield there, and it's goal number 1 off of essentially a good recognition from McChicky, but just a missed third rotation there. There was nobody there on defense for the side of Fantastic Four, and that's 1-0.
It's not the tiki-taka football that says you're taking control and coming here to play, but they'll absolutely take that after a very poor game 2 to take the lead early on in this game 3. It's something to build off of.
Yeah, definitely could be a momentum shifter. But oh my goodness, what is that angle from MD? Gets the tying goal, and Kooky there. McChicky gets the miss. Kooky's right there trying to get the save. Not able to get up in time. Comes off the near post, and somehow, I mean, I do not understand how. I don't know if that's really a savable shot there, Feesh.
Oh, MD, an offensive powerhouse, has been playing third man for most of this series thus far. And when he gets in those positions, we know he's able to make the most of it, and he does. Scores the first goal of his first goal of the series to equalize for Fantastic Four, and that could be important for them not to be behind for any longer than 10 odd seconds that it was.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we know Fantastic Four, pretty much every time King Ghidorah has scored, they have answered very quickly, and this was really dangerous here. Dr. Skimmilk not able to get up. Capital does put it in off of the misread there on defense by King Ghidorah. It was McChicky up trying to get that save. A really tough read to make, and Dr. Skim maybe should have challenged a little bit earlier, but Capital will take those and puts it away for a 2-1 lead for the Fantastic Four side. Definitely. I mean, right now, Fantastic Four definitely seem to be in control of the series. They're looking to kind of pour it on here, try to take a little bit more of a convincing lead. But King Ghidorah does hold on. They managed to stave off the pressure. That's a very dangerous touch from Capital, too. Kuki puts it up. It comes off the backboard. Nobody there, though, to shoot for the King Ghidorah side. They look to be a little bit too passive, which is something that really we haven't been saying much of in this series so far. But nobody there to take the shot. It's going to be the Fantastic Four side. They will try to get some offensive pressure, but not able to do so. Puts it out to the middle. MD sends it there, but Dr. Skimilk is up. Tried to get a bump on the Metapod. Instead, Metapod does make the save. A double commit there, though, coming out from the King Ghidorah side. And right now, the substitute definitely looks to be showing its pains. A little bit of miscommunication that had been kind of already present, but seems to be a little bit more pronounced here with the substitution, Feesh.
Yeah, King Ghidorah losing so many of the second balls in midfield. They had a little bit of offensive pressure there, but once they had it, it seemed like they almost didn't know what to do with it. And suddenly Fantastic Four, a couple of 50s and the ball's right back dangerously in King Ghidorah's half. Although another chance here, MD has to carry it out.
Oof. Almost does. The counterattack coming in, though. Gets a nice pass out. Capital tries to put it on net and doesn't. Kuki. Easy backflip save there, but a demo coming out from Metapod for his troubles. McChicky tried to carry it out. Capital there with another 50, and Dr. Skimilk unfortunately misses. Nice touch there by Kuki. Great bop there by McChicky getting over the top. Kuki doesn't really seem like he knows quite where to be in that situation. Dr. Skimilk needed to challenge, didn't in time, but Kuki gets an incredible touch on the near post. And right now, King Ghidorah they look very, not necessarily outclassed, but they just look like they need to focus a little bit more consistently, and maybe some communication issues that are happening. Dr. Skimilk just not really in sync with the rest of the team, and that's going to be potentially lead to a missed save opportunity. Not going to be the case, though. Kuki's going to lead it up here. Maybe potentially gets a goal, but gets demoed by Metapod. And right now, as we're getting to the minute 20 mark, Fantastic Four, they just are not letting King Ghidorah get anything here.
No real pressure, no danger at all from King Ghidorah's side. Fantastic Four are really feeling themselves defensively. Just they'll be happy to take a 1-goal win on this game 3. They've been having to fight for it, granted, but yeah, it's been a good fight from them, and they've really solidified, really building off that second game. And King Ghidorah have brought a little bit more this game after the substitution, but Fantastic Four, they look like they're making the best of the stream situation until Kuki comes in, and it's Capital that's not able to make it back for this one. King Ghidorah almost out of nothing, no real chances. A little bit of mispositioning from Fantastic Four, and they're able to equalize, and with less than a minute. Now this is an intriguing game suddenly.
Yeah, Metapod not quite able to get the read, and like you said, Capital not able to get back. And game's interesting, but I think a little bit more is going to need it from King Ghidorah, though, if they are going to be getting this win here. Ooh, that was a very interesting touch there by McChicky. Puts it up into the air. Nothing quite dangerous yet. Dr. Skimilk, nice little corner touch, but MD is waiting. A demo comes out from Metapod, and that's a great touch there. I do not know, unfortunately, who got it, but the King Ghidorah defender was able to get a great clearing touch, and that staves off the pressure. Dr. Skimilk there, he gets an open net shot, but Capital gets back in time. Skim not going to let this get out of the way quite yet. Capital trying to pinch there with MD. Not quite get the pinch, but they did get the clear. Skimilk can't read it off the corner. Kuki is there, takes a controlling touch, but kind of just gives it over. McChicky with a great save, and then a great follow-up touch, trying to score and not able to do so. The time does run down. We're into overtime here. Game 3 right now. Fantastic Four are up. They took the previous Game 1 overtime as well. So we'll see if King Ghidorah can make it happen. And unfortunately, MD gets the pass over to Capital. And that's going to be Fantastic Four taking Game 3 in their second overtime of this series.
Well, that is curious because that second goal from King Ghidorah in normal time with 53 seconds to go really hit the Fantastic Four hard. Ghidorah had a couple of good chances that they weren't able to make the most of because Fantastic Four were just pushing too far ahead. And it goes into overtime, and one good play, one miscue defensively, MD gets it across, and Capital, the MVP of this game, on hand to make it happen. But again, like game one, very even game. Neither team that defensively sound, but Fantastic Four, they're here, they're in the spotlight, and they're making the most of it. 3-0 up so far, and they're going to be wanting the sweep.
Definitely. A sweep on stream always does feel good, especially when it was really against a team that they were, on record even with. So that's going to feel really good. We'll see if they are able to fulfill that. But King Ghidorah, I mean, this game 4, it does matter because getting that final game, even though it's just 1 and a 1-3 doesn't feel the greatest, it is still important for your record here, especially when you are below 500. So we'll see if they're able to pull it out. We're moving into game 4 here, and Fish, I think King Ghidorah can take this one out. I think they're going to pull this one off.
Yeah, it happens a lot on stream when teams are 3-0 down. They just go for it and they take 3-1 out and they're happy with it. And like you said, in this league, every single game matters because it's not series wins, it's game wins that defines your record. So even winning that one game against a team that's just superior on the day can be important in the long run. So we'll see what happens here.
Definitely, King Ghidorah going to be looking to do their very best. Hopefully some of the nerves from the stream games have been kind of alleviated here, but that's a really dangerous touch. Capital kind of had an open net, but missed. Metapod puts it towards the net. Kooky here for the counterattack opportunity. Capital trying to read this. Gets a nice touch to the corner. Definitely the smart touch. Gets a nice half flip touch over past the offensive player from King Ghidorah, but it is going to be still on the side of Fantastic Four. MD trying to get this clear out. Does, but sends it actually over to Dr. Skimmelk, who gets it off the top of the post. It goes off the backboard. McChicky puts it underneath. Capital there. McChicky does read the dunk, but not able to get it on net. So much pressure coming out from Ghidorah. Skimmelk 50s MD here. They're trying to get this first goal of this game 4. It'd be huge for momentum. It's not quite over yet. McChicky gets bumped. It slows it down, but able to get up there, and actually it gets cleared away by MD. Kooky gets the 50 on the MD. It's back in the King Ghidorah's defensive half. McChicky gets the nice little touch out to the side. A nice hit here. Skimmelk goes for the redirect, gets it over the top. It's off the backboard. Is there a shooter? There is. McChicky missed it, and that was an opportunity, and now it's dangerous here. MD looking for the counterattack. Doesn't get it. Nice save by Kooky. A shot on net. McChicky gets a nice save as well. And right now, just so many shots peppering on net, and nobody is able to score. We are still shockingly here, Feesh, in a 0-0 game.
Somehow, King Ghidorah had a couple of opportunities with Fantastic Four defenders, Capital specifically, on their heels in the middle of net, and it ends up not with goals, but with 2 shots off of the crossbar. So they'll be punching themselves for that, but they've got to get their heads back in the game. Keep up this pressure like they are now. They're going to be wanting to take this 1-3 record out of here, like we said.
Yeah, definitely. And they seem to have the pressure. McChicky, great air dribble over there to the side. No shooter, but those are a little bit difficult to read sometimes. Capital trying to get it out, but McChicky is right there as the support player to get it in, and there was a miscommunication there, or actually a missed touch there, but it looked like a team bump kept Metapod from really putting on too much pressure. Kooky gets it over the top, pass MD, chose for the demo on Capital, doesn't get it, but Capital's awkward to the touch, does get one out, but McChicky there for the shot, not quite what anybody expected, including McChicky themselves. Dr. Skimmelk trying to get the 50 down. Kooky will get it instead. Right now, it looks like Fantastic Four are trying to alleviate something, maybe get a goal to put themselves up to give themselves a little bit of leg room here. But King Ghidorah not conceded anything yet. Skimmelk gets a nice 50 out. McChicky, great read there, manages to be the first one. Interestingly enough, doesn't follow it up. Instead, leaves it over for, it looks like McChicky there. Actually, it was Kooky. And oh, goodness! Metapod gets the touch out. Kooky comes down with an enormous dunk. Actually, Metapod didn't hit it. It was a dunk, but it was a great read. It was our first goal of the game.
I was about to say the game had sort of fizzled out. Both teams were playing safe, neither being too exploratory offensively, but Kooky makes the absolute very best of Metapod's whiff there on defense, grabs the opening goal, and heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to just see this out 1-0. keep up that defensive soundness that they've had for the last couple of minutes here, and just take something from this series. But good performances overall from both teams so far. And yeah, King Ghidorah takes the lead, and we'll see if they can hold on to it.
Yeah, this is probably honestly the cleanest game I think we've seen out of these two teams. There's definitely some mistakes still there, but on the defensive side, they've looked really solid, and that's an incredible pass by Kookie to McChicky. McChicky not able to put it on net, but it's still dangerous though. Metapod with the touch that they probably really want back. McChicky gets the shot on net. Capital there to save it. Kookie with a very similar approach to the ball that we had just seen from him. Not able to get it though. Skim Milk, nice touch in the middle of the field. It needs to be cleared out, and Kookie does get the 50 on the Capital to read it. A nice little pinch there. It's going out to the middle. A miss on defense. McChicky gets the shot on net. Skim Milk is still here trying to put the pressure down, but unfortunately just a kind of a dead touch there, and it goes up into the control of Fantastic Four, who right now are poising to score. It looks like King Ghidorah really messed in the defense half, and that is exactly what ends up being their downfall. MD gets it off of Capital's post touch, but really it just comes down to the miscommunication and panic on the King Ghidorah defensive side.
Well, unfortunate, McChicky and Dr. Skim Milk both commit to that at the near post, and neither of them gets it. But MD, props to him. He had to put that shot exactly where he did because Kookie was on his way back and actually had most of the angles covered. Fantastic Four equalized themselves, and if they can see this out, this would be a very strong performance. They had to fight, especially in this game. Still equalized, granted, but we'll see what happens in the rest of this game. It's so interesting.
Definitely a much closer, much cleaner from both teams. McChicky gets a shot. Oh my goodness, it was a team bump, but it wasn't quite on net. Kookie is there, just doesn't really get a touch that is very threatening. MD does control it. Kookie gets that demo on the Capital, but nothing will be really coming out of it as that ball will hit. We're moving into game 4 overtime, the third overtime of this series, just to show how close these teams are. Despite the fact that there's a 3-0 series right now, it has not really been that far apart, but this is dangerous. Oh my goodness, that was an opportunity. McChicky, pardon me, does not really get the touch off of an awkward situation. Capital, dangerous touch there, had control of it, but nice attack there by McChicky. Skim Milk sends it over to the side, trying to follow this up. MD puts it out to the middle. That was really risky. There was no touch by the offensive side. Dr. Skim Milk, I think, got bumped by their teammate there. Nice touch there by Kookie Dog. Has control of this. Gets a little bit of a air dribble out. Capital doesn't want anything to do with that, though. Sends it back out towards the midfield. Skim Milk going for the 50. Doesn't get it. McChicky's awkward. It's going to be put in. MD, like you said, the offensive powerhouse is able to put down the goal, and that's the third overtime victory and the sweep here for the Fantastic Four side, Feesh.
Well, MD taking both goals in this very, very tight game 4. A guy who didn't score a single goal in the first 2 games. That solidifies the strength of Fantastic Four squad. But in reality, the 4-0 for the Fantastic Four, for the Comic Crusaders, doesn't tell the whole story. 3 overtimes in this series. It was just that one game, too, that Fantastic Four was able to take strongly 3-0. But King Ghidorah, they fought and fought and fought. In the end, it just wasn't their day.